We wash clothes just like every normal house or every normal family in a washing machine. We do Netflix and chill with the children. We use a fan like normal people do. Only difference is everything is powered by solar. Currently, I have my power station running just to do a test because I'm powering the entire house using my power station, everything except the deep freeze. So, one light in the drawing room, second light in the kitchen. This is actually a 10-watt light bulb with an emergency that lasts 4 hours if current go. The previous one was 7 watts. This 32-inch TV here normally pulls around approximately 60 watts, but I adjusted the settings and brought it down to about 26 watts by taking down the LED and the backlight. This TV is 50 inches, normally use about 100 watts. Did the same thing, lower down the backlight, bring it down to about 30% and the next one to 15%. Still bright in the day to see, as you can see. And this is using about 40 watts to 43 watts. Light switch that controls the bathroom light. So the bathroom light is on now, using 7 watts as well. The outside light is also a 7-watt light bulb. My neighbor is using their generator, so that's what you're hearing in the background. And the outside backlight. 4 panels on my roof. 2 to power the deep freeze. This is my deep freeze. So current status of my deep freeze, as you guys can see, mostly ice. And each panel is 150 watts. So 2 panels power the deep freeze. The sun is barely even out because it's overcast. We had lots of rain today. You could barely see the blue in the sky. It's just rain. And this is my maximum power usage right now. 135 to 140 watts. So this is me trying to capture outside how it looks in the night time. The light here by the door is bright enough to show the entire house. And at the side of the house here, the light is bright enough to show you. Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So this video is called Living Without Electricity Part 2, because some months ago I did a video showing our first 6 months, our first year so far of adjusting to building a tiny house off-grid and living without electricity. So a lot has changed, and there are some products that we use to this day from then till now, and some that we don't use anymore. And I don't want to go over the same thing I went over in the first video. So if this is the first video you're coming across, I will leave a link below it so you could watch that video first and then come on watch this video secondly. So where we live, we have no connection to TNTech, to electricity, so we are completely off-grid. Some of the devices that I would have showed in the previous video would have been like our solar radios that we normally put outside to charge or in a wall outlet. This normally safe charge for about 20 hours, sometimes even more, with 1 battery in it, a small lithium ion battery. Yeah, so you have the option to put in a big battery as well, but we never use it here because you really get 20 hours plus off of this little device. And this is also your background noise when in night, if it have crickets, if it have bugs. We always have a radio or the when you see us on a live or a video, just know we take off our radio just to do a video for you all. We always listen to Star 94.7 FM. The second one is a song bar that we normally use on rainy days because it's very loud. This could give us about 8 to 10 hours. It's a good song bar. We just have to change the battery when we purchase it. Recently, what I did, and I want you all to pay attention because there's a lot of things that I learned recently that I'm going to share with you because nobody shared this or told me this, right? Is what I had to figure out for myself. This is our deep freeze. It's a 7 cubic feet. So this is how we have it. We have the fat bottles and the small bottles with ice, and we normally keep our food stuff on top. And if we have only ice, we'll put it in a cooler so we can have it as a refrigerator. But this is our chest freezer here with ice and water, using approximately 100 watts. Most times when it's frozen, it will go down to about 70 watts. It will be pulling. Some of the fans that we mentioned in the video before, this one uses 22 watts at the max speed. And this fan, this one is also a solar power fan as well, and this uses 35 watts at the max speed. Both of them goes to speed 9, 1 to 9. So those are some of our most used devices. So how the house is normally powered is, well, let's talk about now. As I said, the TV was using 100 watts. We decided to learn about energy savings on the TV, but our TV don't have it. So what we dig up and did is we lower the backlight and the LEDs by going in contracts and picture settings. So now that 100 watt TV is only pulling about 40 watts. So yes, I was able to save 60 watts of current per hour by lowering that. So our TV no longer use 100 watts but 60 watts. The small TV that uses 60 watts, we did the same thing as well. And we were able to bring that TV down from pulling 60 watts to about 29 watts, 30 for the most. So now, if we turn on every single device in our house on max, and when I say every single device in our house, we literally mean the 2 TVs, the 2 fans, outside light, back house light, kitchen light, living room light, bathroom light, the total house will only be consuming or using approximately 135 watts to 140 watts. That is with everything running. And at no given time, we just have only 2 TVs and every single light in the house running. But I also did a video with my power station showing that, so I'll install and show you the clipping of that separately. At the end of the video, during the video, I will insert that clipping to show you all every single light and device in and on the house running. The only thing that is separated from that consumption there, yes, Jelly, the only thing that is separate from that consumption is the deep freeze, because the deep freeze is by itself. So can I recommend, or will I recommend solar to people? Yes, I will. But I will tell you, try to get the giant batteries, which is the 250 amp hour batteries, the deep cycle eco solar batteries. Those are the better things to get, because if you're like me, you will be able to power your whole house comfortably. We just use our fan whole night. What we tell people is that you cannot use a Lasco fan, because a Lasco fan uses 70 watts. So that is why you have to get the solar fans. Those solar fans use approximately 30 watts. And when we use it in the night time, we don't use it on the max speed. Those fans, when we use the 2 in the night, our consumption is around 40 watts, sometimes 35 watts, because we use the fan on speed 3 or speed 4, because the place does be cool already. So we use about 40 watts every hour for the night until morning. So when we wake up in the morning, our battery is normally down to 60%, and that's just one battery. If we are to power the house with the power station, which we have done numerous times already, even while watching TV, our 470 watt hour power station will be down to 30% by approximately 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's say 2:30 for the latest. We can power the house with the power station, and that's from 6 in the evening till 2. So that is to give you an idea of how powerful the power station is versus the deep cycle battery we have. The deep cycle battery will go straight until 6-7 o'clock in the morning, and the battery will reach about 60%, 50% the lowest, and we use the lights in the house in the night as well. Using the microwave to hot up food, already hot up these things here, so I used it 5 minutes already.
Daddy, why do you rub?
It's using about 950 watts from one of these small batteries, and up here it is saying 12.1. What I did was boil rice, and everything else came out of the microwave. So living off grid. Yes, after that last clipping with the microwave, we upgraded our charge controllers to having the two charge controllers as the same thing. This was last year's model. This is this year's model of the charge controller. And same setup, two batteries on one and two batteries on the next one. So the deep freeze could run on this battery alone or this one alone. It's all about how much extra backup we want when using it in the night. When we have to use our heavier plants like the microwave and those type of things, we use this type of inverter. But fun fact, these inverters is 1250 watts go up to 2600 max watt, versus these smaller ones. These are 425 that goes up to 825 as the peak. These inverters, because they are smaller, they use less energy. So most times we run our house off of these small inverters, and also the deep freeze off of these small ones as well. When we are not at home, we will use this because this has safety measures in place, and also we connect our deep freeze to a smart plug. So if it's raining, if we want to switch it off in the night, we will use our smart plug to turn off the deep freeze. So it came with two in a box. I got this from my partner Aaron. This is the box that the charge controller came in. My supplier in Trinidad, he has these retailing for $400 TT. So if anybody interested, Solarized Solution, I will give you the contact number that you could call him to get one of these. So it has bigger solar panels than these, which are 300 watt solar panels. To all the people in Trinidad who would like to set up with solar, 300 watt solar panels selling for $1,000 TT. These are some of the 150 watts that he had before selling. I was able to get two from him. So later on in the future, I'm going to add two more solar panels to my roof. So I will have 600 set up and also 300 watt set up separately when I'm completed. Is a dusk till dawn sensor light that we use in our house. So when we reach home after 6, the light is in the house already on. So we don't have to flip on the switch. It's bright enough for us to see. I purchased this for $250 in LF in Grandy. This is what the box looks like. By us using this, we don't have to use our battery and use electricity with our inverter. We have this light in the house on. This is the box that the solar panel came in. It's on the roof. So when you purchase it, this is what you get: light and solar panel. So yes, we have our light switch that controls our kitchen light and all those things, but we don't have to use it. And as we mentioned in the previous video, we even have these remote control power solar lights with our UFO solar lights as well, and rechargeable light bulbs. At one point, when we did not have our solar set up on the roof, we used to use this LED projector that uses as little as 10 to 12 watts, and we used to connect our Fire Stick to this and project it on the wall to watch movies. Now we hardly use it, but this is also ways of saving electricity and still being able to watch TV, watch movies with your family at night, because we have so many ways to function at home with solar and without solar. So you could connect this to a power bank, a power station. We do not need to use our charge controller, our inverter, to listen to the radio, to watch movies, to use the washing machine. It has other ways we can tap in to electricity, as we try to show you by making these videos. Our children entertainment when they are not watching the television is two 8-inch Fire tablets, and my wife and I have two 10-inch that we also use as well. So power in your house off grid using solar, it is affordable. Our clothes dryer actually works with LPG cooking gas. This is what we use. This is the only thing we are unable to power on our inverter due to the start and what it requires to start. When using that, we normally use our generator. And on rainy days, let's say if we work in Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, and the only day we have to wash is a Sunday, that's the day we normally throw on our generator to wash clothes. Don't forget all of our devices, we have reviews on YouTube. And yes, our little power station, this could even use on a washing machine. The max wattage it goes up to is 600 watts. The RV power station. I forget to mention, we do have to use the generator to use our iron as well, because our iron that you iron your clothes with uses approximately 1200 watts. This is how it's going living off grid. We are getting to the point that we want to be. As I mentioned in other vlogs before, lithium ion is not something we can purchase in Trinidad due to the fact that it is expensive, and two, to ship it into the country after we pay $400-500 for a lithium ion battery, we still have to go and pay customs and duty on importing a lithium ion battery in the country. They don't really have people supplying it in Trinidad, and even supplying it at a good price. We might pay $2,500 for a 50 amp hour lithium ion battery. So for those who does leave comments about the lithium ion battery, I know. And this line behind me is what we use to hang up clothes. Normally it takes about 3 hours in this hot sun to get a clothes dry. So I hope you all enjoy this video about living off grid. Everything that I did plumbing wise, you all could find it on the YouTube channel. We have playlists documenting building the house in Trinidad, the outside shower that I built, the tank stand by just putting the bricks together, doing the plumbing for the toilet. We try to put the videos out there to help people. As I mentioned, the only thing that we cannot do 24/7 in our house is power our fridge, our deep freeze 24/7, because we do not have a large bank. We did it in the past where for 2 weeks we had the deep freeze running, cycling on and off for 2 weeks, but due to the fact of Sahara dust and those type of things, we stopped doing it because we were cycling through the battery too much. But outside of that, we are able to come home in the night, watch TV. We are able to come home in the night, throw a load of clothes in the machine and wash and hang it up on the line in the morning, or throw it in the dryer. So this is our journey. 2024, it has been fun. The power station has been the most important tool I had in my collection, and I'm happy that I purchased that first, because we were able to learn and see how much watts each device is used. Even though the big inverter that I show you have a digital display and it shows you how much watt something used, it only shows you the wattage when it crosses 70 watts. So if I plug in a fan, a TV, something small, it will not display the power usage. So that's where the power station came in, to show me how much watts my phone used with the plug, with the USB cable, how much the small fans use on the third setting, on the fifth setting, how much the radio uses. The light bulbs that we purchased for our house, as we said, they are 7-watt light bulbs, because 7 watts uses less current. So 3 bulbs being on at the same time, that is only 21 watts. And we don't really have 3 watts at the 3 light bulbs at the same time, because we have the headlight. The only time we do that is when we do a live or something like that, when we're making content in the nighttime. So I really hope that this video on living without electricity, living off grid using solar was helpful to you. My biggest tip to you all is buy low wattage devices. Buy devices that has a built-in battery, that even if there is no current, you turn it off, you can still use it. And as I said, the tip with the television, because before we used to watch 2 hours of TV using 100 watts. Now we can use 6 hours plus a TV and not use the amount of current we was using before. So as I said, as we learn, as we upgrade, we will keep sharing information with you all, and I will keep doing videos like this. Hopefully in 6 months time, in our next year, I could update you all. But as I said, if you did not watch the previous video on all the fine tuning with the lights, the radio, because when we first moved in here for the first 3 months, we were powering our house with the car, running an extension and one of those small inverters. Those inverters sell in Price Mart for $220. It's a must buy. So y'all, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you in another one. Bye bye.